You all have no idea the stress this terrible, trashy internet gives me. Well, we're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Hello, everyone. My name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset. In particular, how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, please stay. If this is your first time, you know you're more than welcome to be here and join this lovely community. If it's your first time, don't forget, hit the like button, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Hit the buttons. Any button down at the bottom, you can't hurt anything, just hit a button. If you are returning, you already know the drill. You know what it's going to be. A whole lot of money talk, a whole lot of trading talk, some investing talk, and just some girl chit chat too. I mean, we don't mind if the fellas join in, but that's what it is tonight, you guys. I decided to get in here a couple of minutes before the bell, the opening bell. And tonight I'm looking at SCHD. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Elle. Hey, C Temp. Oh, my goodness. C Temp, I got to talk to you. Hey, Chanel. Does say hi to Chanel? Hey, my sister, Marilyn. I think that's all of us. And my son is in the chat tonight. So I'm just looking at SCHD because the price is going down and it's something I want to purchase. So I'm happy to see the price going down. Well, hello there, T Hub. See, that's my buddy. That's my number one fan from way back when. I just don't know what to say. Okay, so we've got 1 minute before the opening bell. And I'm looking at SCHD because it's something I'm looking to purchase. I'll also be looking at NVIDIA, of course. And if there's anything else that you guys want me to look at, drop it in the chat. I was going to say something else. Oh, if you're catching this on the replay, we're reaching back from the future. If you're catching us on the replay, again, like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, hit all the buttons. And I'm going to pull out and so that I can see what SCHD does right off the bell. So here we go, folks. And it's exactly what I like to see. I need this price to come down because I want to purchase it. I know that seems a little kind of, what is the word I'm looking for when it's the opposite of what you think? I don't know. Y'all know what's happening. It may seem a little like against what you would think, anti something, but I want the price to come down because I want to be able to purchase more shares of SCHD. And of course, the lower the price is, the more we can buy. So it's one of the ETFs that we have been looking at and studying in class. And it's the Schwab fund. It also is a dividend paying fund. Man, look at this joker go. I'm so sad. Yvette is probably somewhere trading. And if she is trading, she is somewhere probably making some money. I hope she's trading SCHD. I'm going to pull it down to the 2 minute just so I can see. Yeah, that kind of worries me. You see, the price was dropping, dropping, dropping. And then when it pushes back up like that, when you see that long lower wick like that, that means that buyers are coming in and they're pushing the price back up. See, that's what I want to see. I want to see sellers. I want to see a bunch of sellers in the market. So, of course, I'm loving this big red bar down here for volume because what that tells me is that there are a lot of people in the market and there are a lot of sellers in the market. And that's what I want to see. Also, when I'm looking at my MACD, did y'all see this little crossover right here? It's signifying to me that we are in a downward trend. And you can see from the red bars on our MACD, you see how they're getting bigger, 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 bigger. The MACD is what we call the heartbeat of, at least that's what I call it, of your indicators. And it helps you determine how healthy the trend is. And so this doesn't scare me too much. But you see that 50-day moving average there. I'm not surprised that it kind of slowed this drop down. So we'll see what happens. Today's close. That's cool. I'm going to pull this over just a little bit so you can see. I'm looking at the ATR, and the ATR tells us like what the average price. I want it. So somebody look it up, but it tells you what it's most likely to do, either going up or down. So this is 67 cents, which tells us that SCHD typically will go up by 67 cents in a trading day or down by 67 cents in a trading day. So we're up. You see how quickly that changed? Now we are up. So this is what I'm looking at on my watch list. I'm looking at SCHD just to see. So it's up 19%. And what I'm going to do is just peek over here at this analyze. I want to see, not the risk profile, market watch. Yes, this is what I want to see. I want to see if it's like mostly a red open or a green open. And you can see right now it's a whole heap of red, which wouldn't be bad. Because if you're talking about trading options, you know, we make money if it goes up, we make money if it goes down. I really wish I got to get over here in the chat. I need to see if Marilyn, if where's Yvette? Is Yvette here? Hey, sister. I was gonna ask if you were trading today, because it looks like it might be maybe an opportunity for a put or two. So let me switch back over. What's all of this? All this green. These look like all the tech companies. Look, Microsoft is up, Nvidia is up, Apple. Yeah, that's all our tech stuff. Amazon, Google, that's FANG. All of the FANG stocks are up. What used to be known as FANG, it's got a whole new acronym now since Facebook changed its name to Meta. I forgot what they call it. Anybody know what they're calling it now? It's not called FANG anymore. Well, people still say FANG though. So let me do this so I can kind of at least see what's happening in the chat too. So y'all give me 1 second. Hey, everybody. I hope I got a chance to greet everybody. I just want to look over here and pull this up on my phone so I can see the chat. The only thing about it is the more things I think that pull on my internet is, I think that's what kicks me out. So like if I have my phone on I know my Wi-Fi is trash. If I have my phone on, the TV streaming, and my laptop, man, it could get dicey. So let's see. I want to be able to see this chat with you all because I like feeling a part of the chat. I don't like being like left out. Y'all know I'm nosy. Yvette, you saved my very soul today. Class is 2 hours, in case you all don't know. On Wednesdays we meet. It's Wednesday evening for you guys, but it's Thursday morning for me. And so when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready for class. But after doing a whole hour of talking and thinking and trying to make sure that, you know, I'm on point, I'm really kind of exhausted after an hour. And when I tell you, Yvette scooped in this morning with some real yummy, good for everybody. She shared her screen. And I'm going to just tell y'all right here, right now, C-Temp and Yvette are way better traders than me. They have time. C-Temp is the master maven of the credit spread. She could tell you how to get your credit spread on. And it's kind of like, I call it like the slow drip. It may not be monumental gains, but she has a consistent way of earning through doing credit spreads. And Yvette's just a beast, you know. She knows all things platform, all things. Yes, he tempts the truth. And Yvette Boone Creates. So I feel so fortunate to have you all in class with me, because I promise you, they be throwing me lifelines. I don't know if Yvette knew I was whooped after doing that hour, because you know, that's the same way in a classroom. You know, after an hour or so, you need a break. You need either the kids need to do something independently, or it's time for library or something, because your mind is constantly engaged and you're trying to give good information, and that doesn't just roll off the tongue. You know, it's very thoughtful. So thank you, ladies, for always being there. And I got to talk to y'all about something, because I see something in our future, and I don't know, but I'll call you guys, or I'll send you an email, Yvette and C-Tim, because I want to ask you all something. So, is anybody trading anything today? Because I'm not. Girl, I felt awful because I thought I took no. Are you kidding me? No, ma'am. I was like, oh my God, girl, you look like the cavalry. I was like, thank God Yvette is here. Because I can at least get some water or catch my breath. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. I was so happy you all were there. And it makes me feel good too, because I know if I say something, I've got two people behind me that can say, nope, sis, check this out, or if I ever get off track. So it is such a comfort to me when you all are in the class with me and here as well. So let me get back to this chart. I was looking at SCHD because I want to purchase this. And so I'm okay. Okay, y'all, look. Usually when you see that little thing, like if it turns red and it's hanging from there like that, man, that's not a good sign. That joint usually is going right down to the 200 for sure. Now, this isn't a typical setup, but I know we've talked about this one. When that 9 and 13 are hanging together and it's the 50, that's definitely a move, the 9 to 13 to the 50. So I'm not, we'll see what happens. I'm just happy that the price is going down because I am going to buy me some. I'm going to buy me, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into SCHD. So to see this price coming down makes me feel good. I don't even care if it's 50 cents. That's less than I would be paying for it. So counterintuitive, that's the word I was looking for. It may seem a little counterintuitive, especially when I'm talking about purchasing SCHD, to be cheering for it to come down. But I am, because the lower the price goes, the more I can buy. And it's a nice little old drippity drop. So let me look at it. I like to look at, when I'm looking for a pattern, although this is clearly a downtrend, I like to look at the 5-minute time frame and the 15-minute time frame, because for me, it just shows the pattern. Yeah, that's a nice big red candle. It's a little wicky. I really like it when it's all red body and no wicks at all. So let me look again. It's too early to be looking at the 15-minute. So I'll stay between this 3-minute and this 5-minute. I just want to see. Yeah. So we've got our MACD. I'm going to close this so that we can see the chart really big, and I'll blow it up a little too. Let me see, get that just right. Yeah. Okay. So we've got volume. We started out, we've got a really big, tall volume bar, which lets us know the market opened with lots of people selling. Sellers were in charge. You can see from our MACD again that this is still in a downtrend. You can see the space between these two lines. That matters too. The further apart they are, the stronger the trend. When they start getting close together, just like this, like when you see that little crossover where it's crossing over from those green bars to the red bars, when they're running close like that, you know, the trend isn't that strong. You can see how flat these bars are. So I'm telling you all, these are really practical ways of looking at a chart. I think if you're new and you look at it, it's like, what in the heck is all of that stuff? But if you think of it, up top, all this is about money. That's all it is. The top just tells you what price is doing. So this is your candlesticks only convey price action. That's it. That's all. I mean, I guess I'm just teaching my little tookers off. I'm just in here talking up a storm. Y'all, I just gave some good stuff. When I tell you I'm just in here talking my little tookers off, I have talked for a good 10 minutes. I'm talking all about my RSI, my MACD, the whole shebangity boodle. So now I got to go back over it. What a wonk wonk. I'm telling y'all, I promise you, that's the one reason I'm leaving. And I can see it on the TV. The picture is blurry. So you all know my internet is just trash. I didn't even notice that I wasn't here. So let me share this screen. Let me get y'all back on where I was because I'm just talking. I'm telling you. I cannot wait. As much as I love, love, love Southeast Asia, and I promise you I do, I cannot live with this internet. I can't live with it. So, okay, there's my chart. Hallelujah, we're back. Okay, so let me just go over some of the stuff that I was talking about. I was going over the fact that I'm planning to buy some SCHD, and I'm happy to see the price going down. And I know that that might seem counterintuitive because you don't want the price to go down, but we're okay with the price going down. As traders, we're okay if the price goes down because we can make money if the price goes up or the price goes down. As an investor, I'm okay right now if the price goes down because I want to get into SCHD and I want to pay as little for it as possible. So I'm quite okay if the price is going down. So I'm going to switch over here so that I can see my chart. Oh man, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna leave this thing the way it is. Because then when I start pressing buttons, hey Kathy, hey Edith, the minute I start pressing buttons is when things go haywire. So I was talking about the top part of this chart right here, where you see your candlesticks. All that talks about is money. That's just the price action, what the price is doing. Nothing else goes on up here. Do not let these simple moving averages throw you off. Those just help you have a point of reference, where price is relative to where it was last week, where it is relative to 200 days ago. And I use a simple moving average, but there's also an EMA, an exponential moving average. And some people prefer an exponential moving average. And the difference is a simple moving average is just that. So my 9-day simple moving average, they take the last 9 days, they average it out, they plot that as a line. Every day they, add one more day in, they drop that latest day off. And it's just a rolling average. So I have a 9-day, which is my blue. Yep, I have a 20-day, which is my yellow. I have a 50-day, which is my pink SMA. And then my green is my 200-day SMA, simple moving average. But we were in class today, and Yvette uses an exponential moving average, an EMA. And an EMA it's almost the same as a simple moving average, except it weighs more heavily the most current days, if that makes sense. So particularly like if you're using a 200-day, man, this is looking pretty. Oh, she is dropping. Oh my goodness, Yvette, nobody's trading this. Nobody got a put. Somebody should have a put. You all know I can't trade and talk. I have to do one or the other. But an exponential moving average actually is like a rolling average, but it puts more weight on the most current days. So particularly if you're looking at a 200-day EMA, the days that just closed out, like yesterday, the day before, those most recent days are going to be weighed more heavily than say the first, all the way back 200 days. And doesn't that make sense? Because the most current price action information is going to be the most relevant. 200 days is a very long time ago in trading time. That's practically a year ago, if not more. I don't know how many. Yeah, I want to say it's like 205 trading days in a year. So some people think that the EMA is more, I don't know, I don't want to say it's more accurate, but that it helps you hone in better. Personally, I can't really tell. So whether you use an SMA or an EMA, both of those indicators or both of those studies, whatever you want to call those, help you see where current price is relative to whatever that time frame is. And so now, since all of these are trading beneath all of the SMAs, oh, we know it's a downward trend. That's not a bad deal. That's a good deal for me. So I'm going to, yeah, I can see how sketchy it is. Um, I don't know. I can't fix it because I can see I'm watching my TV. So I'm watching the broadcast as you guys are watching it. And I don't know if your picture is as fuzzy as mine, but mine's a little fuzzy. The credit spreads have been easy this week with all the opening gaps. See, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, see, Tim, I got to get in there with you. You need to just do me a little class, a little tutorial, because I haven't had time to really study. Hi, is it Misha? SoFi Technologies. Okay, you want to look at SoFi. Marilyn or Tyler, can either one of you post the questions up? So if somebody has a question, can you just put it on the screen and that'll help me keep track of the questions. So do I see you here at Maisha? Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, I really want some of that. Oh, yeah, I want to get in on that credit spread action too. Okay, you were all only away. Oh, I was only away for 2 minutes. Well, thank goodness, because when I tell you I was talking up a storm, I was giving out good. Hey, Kadian. So we're looking at I'll go back. This part of your chart, price action. Nothing but communicating to you what the price is. That's what candlesticks do. Your SMA or your EMA is simply a point of reference, just so you know. Like I can say, because I see these candlesticks all underneath, that we're in a downtrend because we're trading lower than even the 200-day average. So that's significant. And I'm happy about it. Man, I hope she takes a nosedive and then, of course, rebounds. So that is what you see at the top of your chart. Right here, volume simply talks about the number of buyers and sellers that are in the market. So when you see a nice tall bar like this, when you see that, you know that there were lots of sellers in that first 3 minutes of the day. And you can see now some of the volume has died, it's died down. That's considerably died down. And then we talked about our MACD being the heartbeat of your chart. It really tells you how healthy the trend is. And for me, like I don't trade breakouts because I don't like to plot trend lines. I'm a trend trader because to me it's like it's the easiest setup in the world to look for because all you're looking for really is that full body candles and they make that little stair step pattern. Man, when I see that pattern, I get excited because I know what that is. It's go time. And so I'm a trend trader, but I know people who trade breakouts. There are all kinds of setups. And I kind of just got there and stuck there. That's what I was trained to be, a trend trader. That's the way I roll. And so when I see this, yeah, that's the easy one. I would flick over and change my time frame, y'all, but I'm scared if I touch anything, I might lose you all. So let's just keep rolling. We talked about money at the top of your chart. That's all that is. So don't let that intimidate you. These bars here, they only tell you like how many buyers and sellers in the market. So don't let that mess you up. The MACD tells us how strong the trend is. And you can see that these red bars are still nice, bright and red. They're still maintaining their height. Now, these two look pretty close to one another, but we're still in our little downtrend. So I'm not going to even go over and look at anything, y'all. I'm leaving this thing right the way it is. I know y'all want to look at SoFi and some other things, but I'm so afraid that if I touch it, we might get cut off. So I'll wait for a minute. I'll just finish this. Oh, and we're looking at now our RSI. Do y'all see how it went all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom? And so that for me, I know that it rarely stays down here. This is a value of 30. And once it hits 30 on mine, it turns blue. But that means that this is now oversold. and it's not going to stay down there forever. Now, I've seen it stay down there for a significant amount of time, but it can't stay down there forever. And so I would be looking for this trend to, I don't know, these candles looking pretty. That's a pretty nice looking candle there. I don't know. I was going to say you might be looking for the trend to reverse, but hey, it can hang down here for a few minutes. And with that nice size candle coming in, and there's no wicks, not that one, this one here, this last one. This candle coming in is not too wicky. This last one, I don't know why. Anyway, the last one is coming in, and that's a decent sized candle. But I tell you what, whenever you see these dojis, these little thin body candles, that's a signal that, hey, pay attention, because the trend might be changing. It signifies indecision is what it does. So look, I'm not surprised at what's happening here. So we may have already, that was the move for the morning. Anybody who was trading this is probably thinking about, calling it in. They bought a put and the price went down for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 minutes. Hey, that's a classic scalp right there. That's a scalp. I mean, I can't honestly say with all this, entanglement stuff that it would have been something I would have jumped into, but hey, it works. It works, it works, it works. So we talked about price action here, volume, how many buyers and sellers, MACD, how strong the trend is. Our RSI helps us determine if it's overbought or oversold, and whether or not you want to be considering a call or a put. And then finally, we have the TTM squeeze at the bottom. And I like it because it's color coded. It's just that simple. You see these red bars, you see them getting bigger. It's a downward trend, and it's still sustaining itself. So once that yellow starts to come in, it'll signify that the trend is actually changing, or that it's waning. It isn't going down with the same amount of momentum. So that's about the size of it. So 75.22. Let me see. It got down a little bit lower than 75.22. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going in. If I lose you, you know what the drill is. Just stay put. I'll be back. I'm getting ready to go switch over here to my chart. Okay. Hallelujah. I hope I didn't lose you guys. Good, good, good. Let me hide this. Yeah, man. This is, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to do my best. Okay. And I'm not going to be on long tonight. We started at 9:30. I'm probably going to be off of here by 10:30, y'all, because this is taxing, not knowing. So I'm going to try to go to SoFi since we've already looked at SCHD. I know somebody said SoFi. So let's see what SoFi is doing this morning. And I'm looking at it on 3-minute. So SoFi had, see that candle like that. Oh, when I see those, but you can see how it responded off of this 200. You all see that? The price came all the way down to the 200, and then buyers came in and pushed that price back up. Because why wouldn't you? If it's down here, SoFi was basically on sale this morning. The price dropped all the way down to near the 200-day moving average. That would be the price. And it bounced off of that thing, bounced back up, and then it, came in with a nice big volume. The seller said, not so fast. We selling this stuff. And it broke through the 200. And then here comes this big bar. Oh my gosh. I don't know. This candle, I certainly wouldn't have done anything, but that would have been intriguing. The fact that it closed and it was underneath there, and then one opened and closed underneath there. And so now everything is trading underneath these. So I'll be curious to see. But look, y'all, I promise you, it's not rocket science. At least reading a chart me out. It keeps kicking me out. So I tell you, yes, by 9:30, we're gonna be out of here. So I'll try to pull the screen in again. Let's see. I'll pull it in again. And let's see. Okay. So let me see if I can pull this chart back up. We're looking at SoFi. I hope this does it. Yep. Okay. So I'm looking to see if SoFi is going to respond off of this SMA. I want to see if it's going to go crossover or if it's going to continue down. But looking at my MACD is telling me that, look, this trend is coming to an end. You all see how big they were? Then they start getting really tall, really small in this darker red. And these things are starting to come closer together. Remember, we talked about the RSI when it's oversold like this. It's not going to stay down there for long. It can stay down there. I don't know. What's the longest I've ever seen it hang out down there? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen it like hang down there for a solid hour or two, but it can hang down there for some minutes, but eventually it's going to come back up. And so you see this little, it's coming right from being oversold. It's coming back up. But our TTM is telling us, still red. We're still in it. And there's that first yellow. Did y'all see the yellow peek his head out? So once those yellows start coming in and then they start diminishing in size, you pretty much know that the downward trend is over. So as long as I don't see those like consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow bars, who knows? And some folks I need you all to check out. If you're new traders like me, I'm gonna tell you, Oliver Velez was so helpful for me. Chris Sain, I posted something on the a lot of people don't like Chris Sain. I like Chris Sain. Ain't did nothing to me. So I posted on the community tab. He has a 3 ETF portfolio. And I didn't get a chance to look at it, but I'd be willing to bet it's probably VOO, maybe some VTI in there. Did anybody get a chance to look at the video? This is, man, SoFi. Somebody should have made some money. It opened, let's see, SoFi is down. Do I have it on my, let me put it over here on my watch list. SoFi. So SoFi is down 75 cents and the ATR is only 43 cents. So, hey, yeah, that's pretty significant. That's almost double. Yes, now it's down 80 cents. Whoa, 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 whoa. Or is that 8 cents? What the heck? Net change. Okay, well, it's down 1%. Let me pull that back in. I want to make sure I can see this ATR. And I added some other things to my watch list too that I don't normally. Oh, I added the 52-week high and the 52-week low, which I don't usually have on my chart. But because we're hitting some highs, I wanted to see the 52-week high. And so the SoFi looks like it might be a good value, a good buy. SoFi's 52-week high was $11.70. It's trading at $7.43. Let me look at SCHD is at $75. The 52-week high was $78, But man, SoFi is doing its thing. Is anybody paper trading? This would have been a nice little paper trade to get a put. I think the move is kind of, I don't know if it's over, but I wouldn't jump in. What the heck? As soon as I look at this. Okay. Who suggested SoFi? I'm going back to the chat. Hang in there. We'll be reconnected soon. Are we back? Are y'all back with me? Question from Kathy Hampton. Is it correct that it may change before the end of the day? I'm not sure what you mean change before the end of the day. Okay, so does this mean my stock has lost also for SCHD? How does this activity affect the stock price now? I'm working and I can't do two things at once. The price is going down, but Kathy, I'm not really sure what your question is. Is it correct that it may change before the end of the day? Yes. If you're asking me, can SCHD's price change before the end of the day, I'm reaching here. Yes, the price can, go up and down, up and down. It could recover. It didn't lose that much. Let's see. SCHD is actually up 8 cents. If I'm looking at this correctly, 9 cents now. It's up 10 cents for the day. So let me switch back over to SCHD. Since so many of us are looking at that for class. Yeah, it's easy. SCHD could recover all of that. Hit that little, it got down to 75.17. And look at it. It could recover all of that it lost this morning. All that little down, it could actually recover and go on. So I'm not sure if that was your question, but if you are in SCHD for the long run, you shouldn't even be looking at it like this. If you're in it for the long run, you don't care about this little movement throughout the day. I wouldn't even look at it if it makes you skittish. Nope, you're in it for the long haul. I just happen to be looking at it as both a trader and an investor. And I'm okay with the price going down. As a investor, I'm okay too, because that means I can buy more. Remember, dollar cost averaging in, you're okay with some of that when it goes down and dips. You want to, buy. That's a good time to buy because it's on sale. It would be better to have bought it right down here at 75.16 as opposed to paying 75.36. I know it sounds like pennies, but you're going to pay more. And why pay more when you can pay less? I wouldn't have a problem with this. I'm watching as a trader. Let me make this bigger. Definitely watching this as a trader. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 15, 20 minutes of price coming down. That could have been a nice little put. So I guess it depends on how you are looking at it. But I think for us in class, we're looking at SCHD as an investment, as a long-term investment. So don't concern yourself with this daily little 15 cents up and down. That's not going to have a lot of bearing on your long-term investment outlook. And so maybe I should be clear when I'm looking at it and I'm speaking as a trader, or if I'm looking and speaking about SCHD as an investor. As an investor, I'm not worried about the price going up and down. The price is going to do what the price do. But as a trader, I'm concerned minute to minute, because I'm deciding when to get in and get out. But because we aren't getting in and out as investors, we don't care about that little swing. That doesn't mean anything, because remember, we're going to be in these for 10, 15, some of you, I hope 20 years. I hope you have that kind of time. We have a few young ladies in our class. They've got that kind of time. They're in their 20s, in their 30s. Are you kidding me? I wish somebody had gotten me in the market that had really listened, to be honest with you, or studied, or even known to get in and had 30 years in the market. Man, I definitely wouldn't be on YouTube. I can tell you that. I'd be somewhat sipping on a Mai Tai. SoFi, as far as trading. Okay, so let me go back in here. I just keep adding to SCHD. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. Just keep adding. That's it. That's a great mentality for an investor. Just keep buying. Now, I'm not saying buy blindly. Everybody reallocates or adjusts. What's the word I'm looking for? Or you rebalance. So if you get wind of something, there's always a place to rebalance for long-term investors. But for the most part, we're talking about set it and forget it. SoFi, as far as trading. Oh, for trading, shoes. SoFi was great for trading this morning. If you wanted to get a put, thanks for the info from Lack to Legacy. You're welcome. Yes, I keep adding as well. I'm telling y'all, I'm so happy to hear it. Kathy, that makes my heart feel so good. I mean, just to hear you all say that you actually pulled the trigger, you actually bought, and I hope somebody is buying slices, because you don't have to buy by the share. SCHD is trading at 75 to $76 a share. It's okay if you don't have $76. If you have a Schwab account, the only thing is, when I talk to them, you still can't buy slices on Thinkorswim. You have to purchase slices online, or you can do it through the mobile app. Okay, let's see. Questions. Did I miss anybody's question? Let's see. QQQ. Okay, I got Kathy's question. Is it correct? Yada yada. So does this mean my stock has lost also for SCHD? How does, yeah. But Kathy, we aren't worried about that little fluctuation because look at it. You see how it's rebounding? So I think as a long-term investor, you don't want to look at this. You want to look at this with different eyes. Matter of fact, if I was only an investor, I wouldn't look at it every day like this because what's the point? You're not going to get out of it. But remember, we're looking at it as an investor and a trader. So as an investor, I'm happy if the price goes down slightly because I can get more. That's my dollar cost averaging thing. As a trader, I'm happy to see, that little downtrend. So maybe you could have got a put. Yes. Kathy has a great question. Okay. I think I answered it all. Tea time. Hey, how are you, Tea Time Beauty? I'm so glad you guys are here. If you haven't signed up for your one-on-one, you can need to get in there. I'm telling you, we did week 2 and we talked about in depth what are ETFs. Not only did we talk about what ETFs are, we talked about all the different categories of ETFs. There are thousands of ETFs, thousands. You can have dividend ETFs, you can have bond ETFs, you can have index ETFs, all kinds. You can have ETFs that track commodities, any number of things. So get in class. Come on, join us. I'm telling you, just easy going. Nobody's taking attendance. It's none of that. Let me turn this air off because it did get cool in here really quickly. Y'all, I need to learn how to work this thing because there's a way you can adjust the temperature, but I never do it. I just wait. When it gets cold, I flick it off. Okay, so if anybody has a question, if there's anything else you want me to look at, I'll switch back. But y'all know every time I switch back to that, when I switch over to my chart, it's when we're the most vulnerable. It's like when this thing will flip. So if you lose me in the stream, don't worry. I will be right back. I promise I'll be right back. Let me do this. Okay. So let me peek over here. I'm going to go back to SoFi. Oh, you know what? Why don't we roll through the ETFs? Let me go VTI. I just want to see what VTI is doing. So let's roll through. I'm going to pull out a little and look at VTI over the last. I'll look at the weekly chart so we can see. Yeah, I don't know. That's a nice little, it's a big range, but look, y'all, BTI is just basically, it's almost at a high too, which is what, 235. Let me pull out 236. I'm gonna pull it back over. Let me make it pretty small so you can see what I'm talking about. I won't even drop any lines, but look at this. You see how that's the low, this is the high. And all over the last, since October, it's just been trading from this high of 238 between this low of 176. I mean, that's significant. In most recent time, it had a low of, it looks like 190 and 235. Yeah, I ain't mad. Up, down, up. We'll see if it comes back down. Do you all see this here? This up, it was down here at 190. It got up to 226, came back down here to got right around 200, shot back up to 235. I'd be curious to see if it breaks out past this resistance here. And I don't even know how old these fibs are, but they still look like they might be significant. So that's VTI. VTI, let me look and see where it is in terms of the That has to be frustrating. It's frustrating for me. I feel like a ghost. It's like in 1 minute I'm in and the next minute I'm out. Let me pull this chart back up, y'all, and then we're going to wrap it up because the chart is not loading. It is my internet. I'm so glad y'all get to see it in real time because I don't want y'all to think for 5 milliseconds that when I'm telling you it's my internet, it's really the internet. The internet is just slow. We don't have fiber optics in my building. Hey, D Walker, we don't have fiber optics in this building. So I'm pretty sure it's probably it's a turtle and a pterodactyl down in the basement running the wires or something because and then you ought to be honest with you too. When I tell you I am literally a few blocks from this mountain. And so I would imagine that has something to do with how that signal comes in. But I'm not fooling with that chart. Every time I go to the chart, it kicks me out. So I did want to look at VOO. So I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going in. Okay. So we can look at VOO. So we talked about VOO right here, the low, the high. We're almost at a 52-week high. So we looked at SCHD, which is a Schwab fund. It's a dividend fund. We looked at VTI, which is a Vanguard fund, and it's the total market. So like, why pick a stock when you can have everything? We looked at VOO, which follows the S&P 500. So it is composed of not exactly the same stocks, but almost the same. And VOO, since it tracks the S&P 500, it's hoping to get returns similar to that of the S&P. But y'all listen, I read an article today. It was Chase Bank and Morgan Stanley are saying that they expect that the S&P 500 will be down this year by 2. One of them said 2%, one of them said 8%. I don't know. So I don't want anybody, be on the lookout. You have to stay abreast, y'all, so that you want to know what's happening in the market. If you got money in the market, I think you want to subscribe to not just this channel, but you want to watch the news. You want to stay on top of just so you know. And if there's some opportunity, if you need to reallocate or rebalance, you might need to do that too. Kathy, here is she. You were asking me about the ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And so here is she. Wow. Wow. 108 all the way down to 73, 73, back up to 94. What was the 52-week high? Was 96 and it's trading about at the 52-week high. Yeah. But I tell you what, Kathy, look at this. I don't know who told you about she, but wow, that's impressive. And that's on my weekly chart. Let me just look at the daily chart and see. Yeah, she's been on, look, clearly above all of these SMAs. We had a little dip. We got caught here. But yeah, she's doing a little bunny hop thing. I'm not mad. I'm coming back to the chat, y'all. I'm coming back. Okay. Hey. Okay. Schedule now. Don't wait. Yeah, y'all get in here. I'm telling you, class is filling up. We had 8 new students in the first 2 weeks. Nothing but, just lovely energy. When I tell you that I am not stretching, everybody comes in such a good spirit. And I love that. Everybody comes in with a spirit of learning and helping. I think we've done a great job of making people feel comfortable to ask questions and not just ask questions, but to contribute. QQQ, what is that last ticker again? Oh, she is, it's an ESG EFT. And I want to say that it focuses on issues that are central to women and women's concerns. So let me do it again. ESG stands for environmental, social, governance. So those are your feel good, your tree hugger ETFs. They are concerned with the environment. They're concerned with women's issues. And you'll find companies inside that ETF that I guess they share the vision of doing things that are good for women, things that are good for the environment. I even saw one that has something to do with the YMCA. So they have their social concerns. And you'll find companies inside of those ETFs that share that vision. And so that's she. It is an ESG. I know there's a lot of acronyms. ESG, EFT. Come to class, girl, come to class. We'll get you straight. In other words, me. Yup. Oh, using Yvette's options contract chart tip from last night to monitor my call options. Well, go ahead on. That's what I'm talking about. That's called application. When you learn something and then you transfer it to real life, that's a win-win for everybody. I was telling Yvette, man, she saved the day today. Y'all got to listen to C-Temp too. C-Temp is like the our resident credit spread. That's what she does. That's her thing. And so nobody knows it better than her. So I need to sit down with her because I don't have time to study the way I should in order to trade, y'all. And I'm telling you, if you don't study, don't trade. If you don't chart, don't trade. If you don't know, you haven't studied that thing, it's better to just play around and paper trade. And I would recommend that anyway. Paper trade till you're tired of paper trading. I want to try spreads. Girl, I'm telling you, from everything. This is what I understand about spreads. It's just less stressful. Now, you may not make $1 million, but we're not trying to do that. We're trying to get drips. We're trying to get funnels. We want multiple funnels. If you can set something up and you got a go to play that works 75, 85, 95% of the time, to me, that's way better. I mean, I would rather take a setup that I know is going to work for me 70, anything above 75% of the time, I'm into that. I need some spread love too. We do. Yeah, we're gonna have to tap into some C-Temp and get her. Yes, we need that. Because I think for new traders, you don't want to be discouraged. That's why I said for new traders, stay in your paper trading account. Don't do it. But if you have to, if you just utterly, utterly, utterly can't hold yourself and can't contain yourself and you have enough experience, I say trade forward. You can't really hurt yourself with forward. But truthfully, I say paper trade. Paper trade forward, paper trade another a fast moving, and I'm telling you, nothing moves faster than Nvidia. Um, who gave us Elevance? That was one that came up in a one-on-one. What trades is fast? I don't know. Tesla can move pretty quick. And the reason I'm telling you to paper trade two different, and no more than two, a slow ticker and a fast ticker, is so that you can see the difference and how they move. A slow ticker to me is safer. Number one, Ford is what? On average goes up or down 29 cents a day. Come on now. Buy a few contracts. Do not go head in. I personally am I will not buy more than 3 contracts, but I like 3. 3 is a good number because you can scale out with 3. You can practice a lot of strategies with 3 contracts. If you buy 3 contracts as a trader, you can say, if you're in profit, you can say, well, I'm going to take 2 of those away and leave 1 as a runner. And that's that one that you leave in case it continues to go up or down, either direction. So, like if you only buy 1 contract, it's like you either in or out. And if you buy 2, you could scale out 1 and leave 1 in, but so that's why I usually buy 3 contracts, just because I'm a beginning new trader. I'm not, I had my brain fart, y'all, where I bought 10 contracts. Man, they smacked my butt and sent me home like the rookie I was. And so now I don't fool around like that. Now I respect the market. I respect my account, and I usually buy 3 contracts. So that's a good place to start, even if you're paper trading, and then try to paper trade like you would in real life. So you all have seen me bouncing in and out of here the other day. You all know that's not real trading. anytime you see me bouncing in and out like that, let me show you how to get in. Let me show you how to get out. Basically, I think we talked about an OCO, but that is definitely not how you trade. So let me see. Marilyn, am I lost? Countdown, sister. Yep. Y'all already know we got 5 minutes. I do need to count down. And just so y'all know, I have been getting my rest. I slept pretty much most of the day today. I went out, grabbed something to eat, but for the most part, I was resting. I've been working really hard on getting this class together. I'm excited about it. It's my new passion. My new passion is making this introduction to the stock market class the best I can make it. And so when people are in class, I want your feedback. Tell me what you want to know. Questions that helps me know what I need to put in there. And if it's too much, that feedback is helpful for me too, because then I know, how to pare it down. So my hope is that we can continue this intro to the stock market class. I can do it a couple of rotations so that I can tweak it. And eventually I'll do an online class. So it'll be an in-person and an online for those people who can't make it to class. I think it's nice to have both options so you don't feel like you're losing out on anything. Yes, it is. See, Tim, I love it. I swear I do. It feels like the best kindergarten class I was ever able to create. But you all know that's where that came from. Creating community is something that you have to do as a teacher. You do that right out the gate before you try to teach anything. The first thing you do is community building because people need that. I know I feel safer. Hey, living my dream. I'm on my way out of here. What are you doing this morning? Are you trading? Are you making all the money? Because I'm over here just running off at the mouth. But we talked about some really good beginning, some basic things, how to look at your chart. Y'all know that I like that part because I really want people to see that chart reading isn't the thing that you should be intimidated by. You can decipher that chart. But what is probably most difficult is making sure you have a trading plan, making sure you have a setup that you understand, a setup that you can execute with some degree of accuracy, entries, exits. That's the technician part. That's the hard part. So if I can get you past the intimidation of looking at all those lines and stuff, if I can get you past that, the rest we can work on. We can work on what's your, a setup that you like. We can work on your entry and your exit. But most people get stuck when they see that chart. It's like, what the? And I don't want anybody to feel that way. It is literally colors and lines. And if you can, if you can get your brain around the sections that top part is talking about price, volume simply talks about the numbers of buyers and sellers. And those indicators really just kind of help you, the MACD we talked about helping you understand where you are in the trend, your RSI, oversold, overbought. And I just like the TTM. Sorry, y'all. It is what it is. Charting is the hardest part. See, I like that. I am such a I like technical analysis. I want to see the chart. I want to read the chart. I want to put fibs on. I want to do trend lines. Although Yvette was showing me some tricks with my trend lines. I want to do that part I like. The part that aggravates me the most is really the actual trading. It's the getting in and out. It's mastering my own emotions and keeping a cool head. That's the hardest part for me. The charting I love. I can do charts all day and all night. That's my jam. I don't want to be in check. I have to be in check. And you have to make decisions. You're making minute by minute, really sometimes second by second decisions and staying cool and calm and, not deviating from the trading plan. So mastering me has been the hardest part of trading for me. All those lines and numbers and blinking lights. I know, Elle, that's what it looks like, but man, that looks pretty to me. That looks like Christmas to me because it's money. I see the money there. So had you gotten in gosh, when was that? Let me move this over. That was sometime back in November, December. Man, look at that price. All right, I'm saying good night. It's a wrap. The internet wins again. Internet wins. The internet has spoken. It's tired. I'm going to bed. All right, y'all. You know what to do. Hit some buttons down at the bottom. Thank Marilyn. Tyler was in here helping tonight too. Thank our moderator, because I'm telling y'all, without Marilyn, none of this stuff works. I'm just here. I'm just a humble servant. Marilyn is the boss around here. I'm going to bed. And thank you all. So, oh, and what was the other thing we're doing? Oh, don't forget, we're doing the Launch Your Legacy too. So if you want to get your online business off the ground and you want to do it quickly, sign up for the Launch Your Legacy. We will get your online business up and running. I promise you, it won't take a long time. All right, y'all. I'm going because the internet is going to go out again. I got one little teeny tiny bar. Thank y'all. See y'all. I'll see everybody back in class next week. I think I'll do one live next week before we get to class. If you got questions, bring your questions. Thanks, Living My Dream. I'm trying to think who all was here. Did we have any other? Tea Time Beauty. We had Yvette Boone of Yvette Boone Creates. You all go check out those YouTube channels. Go show them some love. Kathy Hampton of Kathy of Wellside Retreats. Go check out Kathy. She does journaling in the morning. Like those channels. Subscribe. If you get over there and it's not your vibe, that's okay. You don't have to subscribe, but hit the like button. Leave them a message. Encourage my friends. And I think that's it. I think we got everybody tonight. All right, y'all. We'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.